Hello, my YouTube loves! Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, then welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be very different from my previous videos. We are going to react to some entitled Bridezillas. Let's take a moment and discuss what Bridezillas actually mean. So in North America, and I will speak only from the perspective of being and living in North America, because apart from India, I've only lived here. In North America, there is a tradition to have a bridal party, which in India is kind of like Bua, Behen, Masi, Chachi, everybody is in your bridal party. Over here, from the groom's side, they're called groomsmen. Same thing for the bride, she has her bridesmaid. Now, wedding can be very stressful. Planning a wedding, more stressful. I understand being upset, being a little bit demanding. This is specifically for my Indian audience watching from India. Bridezilla उसे कहते हैं जो दुल्हन बहुत ज़्यादा demanding हो, नखरे वाली हो और जिसकी demands unreasonable हो. तो यहाँ पर उनका term होता है Bridezilla. There can be a groomzilla, there can be a sisterzilla, there can be all sorts of zillas. According to me, the experiences I've had, I have not seen any bride or groom bring drama to the table. I have, however, seen the guests and the family members bring a lot of drama to the table. So it's kind of the same concept. It's just I've not actually encountered a bridezilla. Now let's get into it. I would be planning my own wedding and I do not want to do these things at all. So let's get into this video and react to some entitled bridezillas. I think I should put my glasses on to read this just because, This was in a group for affordable wedding planning. We are having a micro wedding at a beach, but we have close to 100 guests that are attending, split families. Anyway, we have 3 kids and a life already. We are not paying for people's meals to attend our wedding. We planned on crashing a local pub to celebrate and drink at, and no, I don't feel bad about having them to do so. They want to be a part of our special day and celebrate a love with us. Then this is what they have to do. So they will have to travel and probably book rooms. I am not paying $20,000 for a wedding. I got kids that can put that money to better needs. So you want your guests to come all the way, book their rooms, understandable. Guests that attend sometimes book their own rooms, sometimes fly, they pay for their own flights, accommodation, pay for their food, go to a local pub, basically have a vacation. But on their vacation, you want to have a wedding? Ek second. You have 3 kids and a life already. Arey to shaadi kyun kar rahe ho? I cannot. Next. Anyway, I am exhausted. I am bone tired. My heart is not the same. It's stone cold, fragmented, empty. I need to get away from this awful society. How hard would it have been to donate, friends? Do I matter to you? Just give me money for my wedding. I won't even sugarcoat. Okay, at least she's given up on etiquettes and manners and not entitlement. I won't even pretend that's not what I wanted. It was for a dream. I was stabbed, cheated on, and worked. Goodbye. See you in 2 months. Friendly reminder to you. I can't even say the word. She's upset, guys, that you didn't give her your money for her wedding. Her friends, I'm talking to you. Don't think you own me. I am cutting all of you snakes off. I'm living my life alone now. I only let in those I believe have good intentions. And then she writes XOXO, which is kisses. Abhi gussa ho ya nahi ho? If you don't have money to have a wedding, don't have a wedding. Are you really expecting others to pay for your wedding? What kind of wedding is that? Nah, don't do this. I really hope, I know for sure, it's not even a hope, I'm not going to be a bride like this at all. And I will not even let anybody in my family act like this.
Oh, hell no!
Anyways, next one. How do you handle a situation where people came to the wedding and didn't leave a card or a gift? We graduated. Again, why can't people just write in simple terms? They mean that they were engaged and they got married. So they graduated in that sense. Not from college, not from school or university, in their relationship. Just say we got married and about 15 people out of 60 didn't bring a gift. What is the etiquette and how do I handle this? Yeah. The wedding was a sit down with steak and open bar for context purposes. So you had the wedding, you had a sit down with steak, and you decided to have an open bar for context purposes. Do not have a wedding to have gifts. Now I understand the mannerisms as a guest when you go to a wedding is to bring a gift, is to give a gift, yes. But do not have a wedding if you really want reimbursement. That's the worst way to have a wedding. Have a wedding because you want your loved ones there. Isn't that what people should be doing, and I shouldn't be explaining this? Next, disappointed her guests aren't paying for their honeymoon in full. So my husband and I have gotten married recently. We were expecting a bit more money from our guests than what we got. Now I know we should be grateful and not expect anything, etc. Blah, blah, blah. But we had been told by family members that there was a good amount of money coming to us for a honeymoon, implying it would be pretty much paid for. However, we have got less than $1,000 and are wondering what to do with it. What did you guys do? Did you pay for the honeymoon yourselves? We want to get away, but most of Europe is going to be too cold by the beginning of November, when we are wanting to go. Please, only nice suggestions. The reason she had to write only nice suggestions is because she knows she was being a complete entitled bridezilla. No words. No words. Don't go on the honeymoon if you can't afford it. You even got money. It's not like you did not get something. People gave you something as a token of love, even though if it's less than $1,000, go. You just go somewhere, do something small. Something's gadbad. Some gadbad. Now, for my Indian audience again, when you have a bridal party and you have bridesmaids, you do have somebody that's the head of that bridal party, who is also known as the maid of honor. I have a maid of honor and 3 bridesmaids. My maid of honor and 2 of my bridesmaids love the dress I picked out for them, and I have ordered it. It is $265. Now, I totally know that not everyone can afford that, but all of my bridesmaids have waited 36 years for me to get married. I just found out today that one of them wasn't planning to spend much more than $150. What do I do if the other 3 of the 4 have the same dress? Picture is one of our engagement photos. You really had to put the photo in there, eh? You really thought this was going to be in your favor? It's not, honey. News for you. The fact that she is willing to pay $150 is still a lot for a dress, or is enough, sufficient, really good for a dress she may not be wearing again at all. Some brides do decide to pay for their bridesmaids' dresses, but some brides decide that the bridesmaids should be picking their own dresses, set a budget, and then buy it, and everybody buys it collectively. That's totally fine as well. Imagine living a life where you think that people have waited 36 years for your wedding. Yeah, this is stupid. Okay, this is a really nice one. Really nice.
Nice.
My whole life I've been supported by my parents. I'm an only child and my parents have a net worth of a few million, if that helps. That really helps. We get the context. You're rich. I'm 30 now and they bought me my first house, car, paid for my uni, holidays for me and my partner. What she's saying is that she literally had to not worry about anything. Everything was done for her money-wise. I'm now working a comfortable job with my dad as a partner in his law firm. My parents approached me and said they were not going to fund our wedding as we're both earning a lot and have no debts. I told them that it is a rite of passage for parents to fund their children's weddings. They are adamant they don't want to, and they want me to learn the value of things. How can I convince them otherwise? Me and my partner are saving for a second home and don't want to spend the money on a wedding. So I'm conflicted in this. In our culture in India, it is still very common for the parents to pay for their children's wedding. However, for my personal, I'm speaking on a personal basis, Varun and I, it's going to be us funding it, and the parents can do whatever they want out of their love, out of their happiness, but the pressure is not going to be on the parents at all. I think it's unfair. Some parents do pay for their kids' weddings, but to put them under the pressure because you want it, I don't think it's correct. However, I don't blame the bride in here because I think the parents kind of spoiled her. So they have not shown her anything else but the expectation that everything will be paid for you always. Now suddenly to go and say, but the biggest day of your life, which is your wedding, we're not going to pay for it. She's not expecting it because you've paid for everything. So you know what? 75% your fault, 25% obviously the entitlement, and they're saving money for their vacation home, the second home. You know, that's everybody needs a vacation home. Come on, it's so important. It's not like people are still waiting to buy their first home. Everyone needs a vacation home. Weddings you can fund. Go donate. I have so many more, but this video is going to get very long if I share everything. So we are going to do one last final touches. Let's do one more and that's it, okay? So I decided to be petty because why not? You know, it's whatever. Some people RSVP'd to my wedding and didn't show up, costing my parents money for their seats. Now, again, I'm going to pause a little bit here. The reason I know RSVP is such a big deal is because in North America, again, speaking about where I've lived apart from India, when somebody gives you an invitation to their wedding, you have to respond and say that you are attending. If you do not, after a certain point, they will not count you. So RSVP is a very big deal. I take it seriously. I take it as a sign of respect to the people who are inviting me, to let them know if I can come, cannot come, or by the date that I could confirm. So I understand when people RSVP that they are coming without a valid reason. Things happen, you can cancel, plans change, but just not showing up, I don't think it's nice. So don't do that if you RSVP. But if she's on the Bridezilla thread over here, let's figure out why. So far, I understand her frustration because people didn't show up after saying they will. Some people RSVP'd to my wedding and didn't show up, costing my parents money for their seats. They told us they were coming and took advantage of the situation. Mind you, these people are adults. Also, don't come to a wedding without at least bringing a card. If you choose to disrespect me and my family, fine. But just know, karma is right behind you. She's upset. Guys, she's upset you didn't show up. She sent a Oh my god, so she sent a card to everybody saying thank you, people who didn't show up, and inside she wrote for nothing. Of course, this is a little extra. She is being petty to send somebody a card for nothing. That's fantastic. It's petty, but I like it. I still think she's a bridezilla. It could be totally avoided, and I don't know what the reasons are people didn't attend, but that is petty, girl. At least you know you're petty and you've mentioned it, and why not? So yeah, you know what? This is your reminder to subscribe, and also comment below and let me know if you know of somebody who has been a bridezilla to you. Don't forget to live, love, and eat a lot of potatoes. Happy New Year!